My first guest is an Academy Award-winning actress who has starred in the films Young Adult, Monster, and Snow White and the Huntsman, which is in theaters right now, of course. Beginning Friday, you can see her in Prometheus. Thrilled she's here. Please welcome Charlize Theron.
Oh, it's fine.
How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Yes, thanks so much for being here.
Well, I'm wonderful now that I'm here.
Yes, right?
Yes.
I changed your life for the better.
It is always a good show, Andy.
Thank you.
Always, every
Thank
night.
you.
That's so nice of you
I know
to say.
I've told you it's not, but you're right, it is.
It's great having you here. You're so busy lately. You're doing so much good work. You must be, yes, you are.
I have been a lucky girl. Yeah, this last year has been really amazing, and I got nothing to complain about.
Well, you should complain. We're in show business. We're supposed to complain bitterly all the time about nothing. You know,
Yes, sir.
I was going to ask you about something. You're so busy, and I found out recently that you auctioned yourself off for charity, a date. You could get, and you know, I go to a bunch of charity functions, and it's always, you can get like a bag of grapefruits or something. And then you know, the prizes, they're fine, but they're not.
Yeah.
You auctioned yourself off for a date, which
You don't ever do it.
Don't do it?
Do not do
What,
it. It's
like
like the worst idea ever. It's like one of those things where you really, I was like, yeah, I am a dumb blonde. Like, who does that? Who says yes? I don't
They
care.
approached you and they said, would you auction yourself off? And I think the correct response is, no, I will not.
But they trick you with the whole people are suffering thing. They trick you with that.
I never fall for that. I'm like, boo!
They trick you with the, oh, you know, you can help so many people, and then you fall for it. And then before you know it, you're like at a restaurant with some stranger. Like, you could end up in Dahmer's apartment that way. Like, that's not a good idea.
You know, do they vet this person first?
No, nothing.
So it could be anybody.
Anybody. And so
You'd be safe in Dahmer's apartment.
Yes, I would, actually.
Dahmer would be all right.
Yes, you would. Yeah. Who's,
But
yeah.
that's, so you actually went on the date,
Bundy,
did it?
not so good.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Bundy'd be a problem.
What a horrible conversation. Now I have to top you all with an even worse serial killer. So you went on the date and it was okay?
Please don't call it a date. It was
a date. You went on a date.
I went to dinner with a strange man. I was so scared, actually, that I made two of my girlfriends go and sit at the restaurant while I was there. I mean, the closer I got to this thing, I was like, this could actually turn out really bad. Like, you know, like rich people can be creeps too.
Right.
They can rape.
Oh, they're the worst.
Yeah.
What? How did this conversation go this way? I feel like an innocent bystander.
No, it was really, look, yeah, I would rather just, like, give the money. That was just not, it was a scary thing. It was a really, and he was weird.
Sorry. Don't say that. He's watching right now.
I don't think he's watching.
Clearly an evil rich man watching right now. She has displeased me. I'm just going to do that for 10 minutes. Is this true? I read about this. Made me. I've always had a bit of a crush on you, but then I found out that you love UFC, Ultimate Fighting Championship, and I thought, oh my God, a woman who loves UFC. Is that true?
I'm absolutely obsessed. Yeah, completely and utterly obsessed.
Do you watch all the matches?
I do, as much as I can, and I was fortunate enough to. They invited me to all the fights this last weekend, like a weekend ago, and I went with a couple of friends. And
are these girlfriends, guy friends?
Well, I originally was made aware of it and introduced to the world of UFC by one of my best friends, who's like a 5'7", really hot, very feminine, girly Asian girl, who turns into a foam at the mouth monster whenever she watches UFC. And she introduced me to it. She came to my house and she said, "Oh, we should watch it. There's a really great fight on." And the whole night was a blur, except I woke up the next morning with no voice. And really excited. Like, I was just, I don't know what it says about.
And blood under your fingernails.
Yeah, a little bit like that,
and the police were calling.
Yeah.
So you really enjoy it. You scream and go crazy when you watch.
I do. I lose my voice. I go that nuts. I get really into it. I mean, I think it's such an incredible sport. These guys are like incredible athletes.
Yeah.
They're you know, there's something, I don't know. And yet, at the same time, I wonder what it says about me that I like sweaty, hot men bleeding all over each other, bashing each other in the face. But I can live with that.
Yeah.
I can live with that.
I guess you're a sociopath. Let's take a quick break and much more with Charlize Theron in just a second. Stick around. We're back. I'm sitting here with Charlize Theron, and you know, at the beginning of the show, I talked a little bit about astronomy, and we did this brilliant bit about Venus passing.
It was good.
It was very good. I got a standing ovation and 7 Emmy Awards just for that bit. And then I find out that you are serious about astronomy. You really like it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you need something to balance out the UFC thing, right?
Sure, yeah. You've got that, and the flip side is astronomy.
I'm so complicated.
Yeah.
Very layered. I'm an asshole.
Well, you could always beat someone with a telescope. Combine the two.
A couple of years ago, I did this trip that I really put a lot of time and effort into, which, you know, like I don't normally do this, but I did this trip to Turkey because there was a full eclipse happening in Turkey. And I did a ton of research to, like, figure out where to go, where was the best place to view it, where there was, like, going to be nobody else. And,
You are serious, because to fly to Turkey just to see an eclipse is pretty amazing.
I mean, I've always wanted to go to Turkey as well, so I turned the whole thing into, like, a 3.5-week trip where part of it was a road trip, and I was, like, sleeping in people's apartments, and, like, really just amazing trip, right? So the day of the eclipse, it's like a 4-hour hike to get to this one spot that every website and every book told me this is where you have to watch this eclipse. And I'm up there, and they're right. It's amazing. There's only like 3 other people. It's really quiet, and this amazing thing happens right before an eclipse. It goes really quiet, and then the birds like go nuts, and it's the light kind of drops, and then this woman started playing a guitar and singing that Four Non Blonde song. Hey, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What?
What's going on? As the eclipse was happening, I thought, and she didn't stop. She sang it for the entire eclipse. She just kept singing that Linda Perry song over and over and over and over and over again.
So you've traveled all the way to Turkey for solitude, and you're listening to a woman sing this song.
You don't even know. Like, I would, like, a part of me died that day. Died that day. And look, Linda Perry, you're awesome, but that person just ruined
your eclipse.
Yeah.
Did you not want to just go like, psh, you know, like?
You know, I think I did that horrible thing where you just look at someone. You know, you do the look, like, and she was just like, just so peace and love, and you know, it was just
right.
Like,
she couldn't interpret that as
no.
I try to give people the look, and they always think I'm coming on to them. You know, I'm never able to communicate a physical threat to anybody, or that I've had bad food. You know, they played. I'm thinking right now in Young Adult. There's a scene where you have to listen to that song.
Yeah.
And you could. Was that because did the director know that you hated that?
No.
Hearing that song?
No, Jason Reitman had no idea. He would surprise me. There was a lot of driving in the film, and he wanted the character to always be listening to music, and so he would always surprise me. When we were shooting, he'd be, you know, outside of the car, and he would just feed music into the car for me. And he was rolling, and he played that song, and my face. He said my face literally looked like someone farted in the car. Like it was like instantly, like my nose started, like I was, and that's
your real reaction, and it's in the movie.
It's in the movie, and nobody knows, but it was because of that horrible woman who flew all the way to Turkey with her guitar.
We actually I heard about this, so we went and took a still. This is the actual moment where you hear the song.
That's it. And that's the look I gave her.
Yes.
Really?
Really? You're going to do this?
Really?
Let's talk about Prometheus. Highly anticipated, people very excited. You know, was it fun making this movie?
This was like a dream job for me.
Yeah.
I mean, Ridley Scott is just one of those guys.
Ridley Scott, one of the masters.
Yeah, masters. And this is, you know, I think this, he plays really well in this kind of sci-fi arena. And I love what he did with Alien and Blade Runner. And it's really kind of him going back to that. So yeah, it was just a great, when Ridley Scott calls you and says, you know, you want to do this.
The answer is yes.
I never read the script. I still haven't read the script. I just showed up and did the job. I was like,
you don't know what it's about.
No, but
and you're done shooting. Yeah. Is it a Western? We have a clip here from Prometheus. What can you tell us about this clip?
This is a clip. I play an associate of the, if you know Alien, of the Wyland Corporation, and I'm kind of in charge of making sure that this mission is brought in on time. So I'm a little bit of red tape to everybody who is there. They're either believers or scientists, and so I don't make it easy, and there's kind of a hidden agenda. But this is a meeting that I have with the two scientists who are basically going on the mission to discover where we come from, and I'm just basically I'm being a bitch. That's really what I'm being.
Let's look at this clip of you being a bitch from Prometheus. I don't want to work for you. I'm afraid of you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Snow White and the Huntsman in theaters now and kicking ass, and Prometheus opens on Friday. Such a treat to see you again.
Oh, always.
Yeah, thanks for being here. Charlize Theron will be right back. Chef Curtis Stone's here. Stick around.